So I forgot to turn the camera on when I was doing the small holes, but I got a couple left. And what I'm doing here is I always punch the holes first before I cut the inside out so it's not flimsy. Okay, that's the last thing I cut out. I'll trim the corners up. So what I do is I try to line that hole up close to the center. It's a little bigger than I need, so there is some fudge room. But I come over here, put it close to the hole, come down, touch it so this doesn't move, and then I just take the pressure off it so I can drag it. That way it doesn't slide too easily. Come over here, pick this up high. Center it with my eye. Tap it down. Boom. Nice and clean. This punch block my father made well over 50 years ago. One more. If you don't leave a little drag on it, it moves around a lot. So, and if you take your finger off, it slides. So, just want a little bit of a drag. Well, looks pretty good. See if I get you a shot down in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. You can kind of see. Problem is when I put the light, so you can kind of see it's in the center. And just get a wallop. So this was sitting down in my father's basement for a long time. I cleaned it up. Some of the pins got a little bit of rust on them, so they slide through a little bit tough. This one I've been using a lot, so it slides really nice. As you can see with this one, it was really snug. All right, so we look good. We're going to come over here. And we're going to see if everything lines up. Looks beautiful. All the holes line up. So now we'll cut the outside out and then we'll cut the inside. And this is a cover for the hydraulic reservoir for the backhoe on my 53 Golden Jubilee. This goes on the Pippin backhoe. And there's nothing around it other than the fill area, but I wanted to take this off because I was afraid that water might be leaking in. Give it a new gasket, seal the bolts. Bolts are 75 years old, I should say, the screws. They are flathead screws and they look like the day they were made. And they didn't have any paint on them. That's how much nickel is in those things. And I'm going to put a little bit of Felpro number 2 sealer on the threads of those bolts, or I should say screws, so that no water can get in around them. But I cleaned the screen out that's down in there. Wasn't really that dirty either. I don't know when the last time it had ever been cleaned. I remember this backhoe being off the tractor when I was about 10 years old. It was quite a long time ago, about 40 years ago. And my father had to replace the ring gear in the rear end. And I know he did a lot of work back then cleaning everything up, so I doubt it's been off since then. But that looks pretty good. Now we'll cut the inside out. I got a board around here somewhere that I use. And the old X-Acto knife set. Like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a porthole. I don't know if this gasket that was on here was original, but it's at least 50 years old. Voila, gasket. All right, I'm not going to take you outside to do this. I'm just going to put the cover on it, put the screws in it. Before I do that, I'm going to dump all new hydraulic fluid in the big hole rather than going in the little fill hole over here. All right, hey, thanks for watching.